Protein powder. This is a question I actually get asked quite a bit, is what is the best kind of protein powder to use? What's the differences between them all? How do you figure out which one you want? Now I have this table here filled with protein powder. I will say I probably have 2 or 3 times this in my pantry. The reason why is because I'm one of those people, when I see something that's like a new protein powder, I just like to try it out, and half the time I don't like it. So I end up with all this protein. So it's really great to make this video. I will say this. I believe that supplements, so protein powder is a supplement. Supplements should be used to supplement your diet. They should not be used to replace your diet. So you use protein powder as a supplement. All right. That being said, I don't always do what I say to do, right? So I personally drink a protein shake every single day. And the reason for that, for me, what I figured out works for me is like, I just like having a little bit of chocolate. I like having a little bit of a treat. And for me, having that in the form of a chocolate protein shake satisfies that craving. So it works for me. Okay. But what we don't want to do is start trying to get 150 grams of protein a day, and we're getting 150 grams of protein through protein powders and protein bars, things like that. I watched a YouTube video once where this very well-known female bodybuilder went vegan, and all she was doing was supplementing with vegan protein powders. That's all she was eating all day was vegan protein powder. So anyhow, so what I want to do is show you this. So first, this is the one that I use every single day. It's Isagenix Performance Protein here. If you go to heathermonthie.com/supplements, I've got links to some of these. I'm going to keep adding links to all the different supplements that I use, but Isoline Performance Protein. So it is a meal replacement. All right. So what makes it a meal replacement? If you can see the label here, if you look at the label there, and it's probably a little difficult to read, but if you look at the label very carefully, so reading labels, there's an art to reading labels. I could make a whole video about how to read labels on food, but if you look at the label, you're going to look at the protein content. So this one is 36 grams in 2 rounded scoops, or 68 grams. So 36 grams. So 1 scoop is going to have 18 grams of protein. And then if you look at the total carbohydrates, in this one, there is 21 grams of total carbohydrates, and then there's 5 grams of fat, okay? That 21 grams of carbohydrates is what makes this a meal replacement. It's got protein, carbs, and fat. It's not just straight protein. So this is the Isagenix Performance Protein Meal Replacement Shake. I love it. I mix it up with half an avocado and some mixed greens, blend it up in the blender with some ice. Almost every single day, it's a nice, creamy, almost milkshake consistency. And again, it just satisfies that I just want to have a little snack. It gives me that satisfaction there. So then you've got all these other pre-packaged proteins that are really popular right now. You've got the Core Power right here. These are pretty popular. The Elite has 42 grams of protein. Then you've got the Fairlife. These are both made by Fairlife. This one is 30 grams of protein. And then you've got Premier Protein, which is, 30 grams of protein, right? So which one's better? You know, to me, the one that's better is the one that you're going to drink. Okay, the one that you're actually going to use. If you don't like it, don't buy it, don't use it. If you don't like it, if you don't like the consistency, you don't like the taste of it, don't use it. I like to use these. I take these on the go. These are very filtered, ultra filtered. I think they're filtered 4 or 5 times. I am lactose intolerant. It specifically says on here it's lactose free, but it is made from milk products. It's very filtered. I am very lactose intolerant. I do not have an issue with these Fairlife ones. They're very high filter. They also make milk, like regular milk that you can pour in cereal and stuff too. I don't have an issue with those. Same with these Premier Proteins. These are handy just to kind of take on the go. But if you look at the label, like this one's 30 grams of protein, and the total carbohydrates is 3 grams. So you're not getting like a full meal because you're not getting the protein, carbs, and fat. Okay, there's a little bit of carbs in there, but I wouldn't count that as a carbohydrate source. Okay, so these I like these for I'm going to be gone from the house for any length of time, and I want to bring something to tide me over. These are good for that. Same thing, you can just try these out and figure out which ones you like, which ones you don't like. Costco has these Premier Proteins, and they have them in a bunch of different flavors. Some of them even have a little bit of caffeine in them. So just try them out. Now, this is another one that I got from Costco. This is Optimum Nutrition. This is Whey Isolate. So Whey Isolate is just whey protein, all right? So whey is a byproduct from dairy. Think about what's that nursing rhyme about her curds and whey or whatever. It is a byproduct from making cheese. Whey has a lot of really good protein in it, but it is dairy. So people that are sensitive to dairy might have, I get a little bit of feelings in my gut. Sometimes I even get some skin inflammation from it. So I have to limit it. I can use it, but I have to limit it. Probably not every day. Probably not if I'm having this and this, because this is also made out of whey protein. This one, if you look at the label, for one scoop is 31 grams. Protein is 24 grams. Carbohydrates is 4 grams. That's 1.5. So again, you're just getting the protein. What I like to do with this is sometimes at the end of the night, what you can do is just take a shot of protein, add a little bit of oil to it, something like hazelnut oil or pecan oil. The oil will actually help to kind of slow down the digestion. And so overnight while you're sleeping, you'll just kind of slowly, gradually absorb that protein. That's a separate video though. But this one is straight just whey protein. So this is going to be a little looser, runnier. If you blended it up with ice, then this one would be with the additional carbohydrates in there. Then I got this one right here. I do not like this one at all. This one is from GNC and I tried it because it's salted caramel and I love salted caramel. So I have this whole huge thing here that I'm never going to use. So same thing, it's whey isolate. It's called Wheybolic is their term for it. It's 40 grams of protein. And again, it's low on the carbs, low on the fat. So it's just a protein source. Now, these are all based in whey protein. Now, let's get into some other different kinds of protein here. So this one, these clear whey isolates have become pretty popular lately. You can find these actually in the pharmacy at Target. You can find them on Amazon also, but they're a powder that is really more of a berry flavor. Some of these protein powders come in chocolate, vanilla. This one was salted caramel. But if you want more something like berry, kiwi, watermelon, lemonade, something like that, you might try these. It's clear whey isolate. It's clear protein. So if you just typed into Amazon, clear protein, go to Target, go into the pharmacy area. They have Isopure and some others there. And I think they even have some by their workout stuff, but most of it's in the pharmacy. It's weird. And then you can get lemonade and you just mix it up with some cold water, put some ice in it. It's almost like you're drinking a lemonade, but it's protein. And so you've got, this one is one scoop is 80 calories, 20 grams of protein, 0 carbs, 0 fat. So this is just a protein. This is just straight protein. Okay. So this is great for a nice refreshing drink. Like I said, you get watermelon. I have a whole bunch of these. And just when I want a nice refreshing drink, make one. These clear whey isolates though, you do not put them in a shaker cup and shake them. They will foam quite a lot. So what you do is just put it in. I use those clear mason jars, those glass mason jars, put some ice in there, put the water in, put the protein in, just stir it up. Okay. So that's clear whey isolate. Then you've got these collagen peptide drink mixes. So Primal Kitchen makes these. There's Vital Proteins. Also, you can get these at Sprouts, Whole Foods, Amazon, things like that. These are like what things that I would add to drinks. I add them to like coffee. You can add them to a cold drink as well. Sometimes what I'll do, this one's vanilla coconut, but sometimes I'll buy the peanut butter one and then I'll mix it with the chocolate and have chocolate peanut butter. And so I don't know, this is just something that I would add to your protein simply because these collagen peptides they're not considered a complete protein, which that is a whole thing right here. So we're going to talk about that as we're getting into plant-based proteins. So a complete protein has all the essential amino acids. So you might see that on the labels. You might see something about BCAAs. Those are the branched chain amino acids. It's a subset of the essential amino acids are amino acids that your body cannot produce on its own. Okay. If you eat a hamburger, if you eat a steak, if you eat a piece of chicken, you're getting all of those amino acids. You get those amino acids from meat, animal-based products. So whey protein is going to have that. Okay. When you are using plants as your source of protein, you're not getting that complete source of protein. You do not get all of those essential amino acids, okay? So that's why if you're eating a plant-based diet, a vegan plant-based diet, if you are using beans as your source of protein, you might mix that with rice because beans have certain essential amino acids and rice has other essential amino acids. So with that, when you are looking at something like a plant-based protein powder, This one is Vega. I got this at Target. Orgain is another really good one. Plant-based protein powders are grainy. Isogenics also makes plant-based proteins. Those are pretty good too, but again, they're just grainy. The texture is a little weird to me, but it doesn't upset my stomach. I don't have problems with the whey. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to look at the ingredients and see what kind of proteins are in here. This one is organic pea protein. There's pea starch, pea. It's a lot of pea. So we know it's pea protein, but they've got in here spinach powder, alfalfa, stevia for a little bit of sweetener, kale, some fruit blend, cranberry, broccoli. So there's other vegetables in here, other plants in here to supplement and give those additional amino acids. So knowing you're not going to get all your amino acids if this were just a straight pea protein. And most of these companies are pretty good about putting together a good solid blend, but Orgain and Vega, however you pronounce it, I get these at Target, and then Isogenics also has a plant-based protein. But again, it's gritty. So really what it comes down to when choosing a protein powder is finding the one that you like, finding the one that you're actually going to drink. I know there's a lot of people on the internet that are like, half these protein powders are filled with crap. They're filled with junk. Some of them are, and you'll be able to taste it. Some of them are really sweet. Like this one to me is so sweet. There's probably a lot of sweetener in it. I haven't really dug into the label that deep, but for me, it's just, nope, it's a no-go. I'm not going to drink it. It's a no-go. My belief on protein powder is find the one that you're actually going to use. Find the one that you're actually going to drink, that you're actually going to use to supplement your diet, and that you like it, and make it in a way that you actually enjoy it. What you don't want to do is start blending things up with 8 cups of peanut butter, super high fat, that kind of thing. But so you figure out a good recipe that works for you. Maybe you take, what I like to do is take some of this whey, just straight whey protein, even this collagen peptides, just straight powder, straight protein, mix it in with a little bit of Greek yogurt. It kind of tastes a little bit like ice cream to me. It's a nice little treat. You'll find different ways that you can use different types of protein powder in ways that you like it. If you're like me and you just want to buy them and try them and you're okay if you spend 30 or 50 bucks on something, you're like, yeah, I don't like that, then try it out. Just try it out. But yeah, my opinion, my belief, find the protein powder that you like, the one that you're actually going to drink it, supplement it with in your diet with it. Be open to trying out other protein powders when you find these new things like these clear whey isolates. I love these. I'm glad I tried them. I'm not really a lemonade, watermelon type of person, but this is really great on a hot summer day. So anyhow, that's my thought on protein powders. I hope this answered your question. Try them out. Find the one that you like. If you don't like it, don't drink it. Life's too damn short. Don't be eating shit you don't like.